girls, Kaylee here. So I have this little thing in the background of my videos and I got it really recently. I Instagrammed a picture of it and everybody wanted to know where I got it from, what it was, what I thought about it. A lot of people ask for reviews and I thought it would be a good idea just because it's going to be living kind of in the background of my videos, at least with this setup. And so I thought I would go ahead and tell you guys about it. Basically, I got it from QVC.com. QVC has websites for a lot of different international countries, so I would just check your QVC website and search for makeup organizer and see if it comes up in your region. But I know that it's on the US's website, so if you're interested in that and you live in the US, it's readily accessible to you there. It was $30. It's made of kind of a plastic material. It is kind of a sturdier plastic. When I used to work at Clinique, our display cases were actually made with this exact same kind of material. So it is something that I'm kind of familiar with. It is definitely resilient and it's easy to clean, so even though it's white, it's not going to be a big deal. All you have to do is wipe it down with a rag and some household cleaner and you'll be totally fine. I actually purchased this for myself because I wanted something that was going to sit up on my vanity and hold kind of my everyday makeup. Well, I got this, I put it up and I put my everyday makeup in it and it filled up like a third of it, maybe a quarter of it, and so then I added more makeup into it. So this is all of my favorite makeup, basically, the stuff that I reach for very, very often. There's a couple of my favorite pieces that don't fit in there, so they're stored separately, but most of my very, very favorite makeup is in this little area. So it's definitely awesome for those of you guys who want that easy access. It's definitely really great as far as access goes because you can just spin it and get to what you want to really, really quickly. And I think this would hold a normal girl's makeup collection very, very well. Okay, so I'm going to go through each of the 6 different sides, tell you about the different compartments on each side and what I was able to fit in them, and hopefully that will help you to see whether this would be a good idea for you. Evenly spaced sections on this first one is set on an angle, so the back is a lot deeper and then up here is a little bit more shallow. So you kind of have to fit bigger things toward the back and smaller things toward the front. So over here I have all my cream products. So I have these Maybelline 24/7 cream eyeshadows that fit really well in here, as well as the Physicians Formula gel eyeliners. And these, I mean, they're fit pretty snugly in there, but they work, they fit. And then down here I have 2 NYX blushes and a Revlon cream blush, so those fit back there really nicely. And then this next one has 2 compartments. They're evenly spaced and they're, you know, just a little bit taller, but they're the same kind of angled thing as we have on this other side. So over here is just miscellaneous stuff. I didn't really need any more makeup on here, so I just kind of put some random stuff in. There's probably a lot of things that could fit on here. All the same things, like the same width things as in here, could fit over here. So if you had some things that were a little wider and a little taller, it would probably work really well right here. Up here you have one, and this is evenly spaced, so it goes back in kind of a square instead of being at an angle. And you have these little dividers so that you can place powder products on it, which is really nice. The other cool thing is that these little dividers actually snap right out, so you can pull it out and you can put wider things in here if you needed to. And these slots are actually widest in the middle, and then these are a little bit smaller and these are a little bit thinner. So a MAC face powder fits kind of snugly, but it fits in the middle, but it definitely wouldn't fit on either one of these two. So what I have is I have a MAC one right here, and then this Hard Candy Tiki bronzer, which fits really comfortably right in there. You can see it can like move around a little bit. And then on the sides I have my Mary Luminizer and Sexy Mama translucent setting powder from the Balm on either side. So that fits and it kind of works. And then with this one, this is a Physicians Formula shimmer strip. And it actually is a little bit big, but this top part removes, so you can kind of pick it up and this top part will move so that you can kind of get it in. So if you have something that's a little bit bigger, you can kind of make it work. You can kind of squeeze it in if you need to. Then this bottom section is actually what sold me on the whole thing because it goes all the way through and you can store palettes in there. So I have both of my Naked palettes in here, my Lorac Pro palette, an Inglot palette, and then this mini Z palette. It's like one of those little tiny square ones. So you can fit all of those in there, or if you wanted to, you could just store like shorter things, kind of like the C palette, on both sides of the compartment. The only thing is that this isn't very tall, so you wouldn't be able to fit, I don't think MAC palettes would fit in here. I know that I have some palettes by the Balm that don't fit in here, and a normal size Z palette doesn't fit in here. But again, these like kind of staple items that a lot of people have, like the Naked palettes and the Pro palette, fit just fine. It is huge. It's like really, really tall, so if you had anything bigger that you wanted to set over here, you could. For me, the makeup setting spray worked really well right here, and then I had these 2 kind of taller powders that worked out for me right here. But if you wanted to put like a body mist or something like that in there, it would fit really nicely. So on this side you have like a small little compartment and then a little bit of a taller compartment. So I have my foundations and concealers up here, so that kind of works out really nicely there. You're able to keep a lot. So I actually have 3 foundations and a makeup setting spray back there, so you could actually fit a lot of foundations in here. This side is directly opposite, so this is the other side where the palettes come out, and you can see that I have some shorter palettes right here. So I put this Estee Lauder loose wear powder in here because this is a huge little thing of powder, so I had to find somewhere for it. And then my beauty blender. Then you have an identical compartment to the other side, so you can actually put blushes over here if you want or whatever, but you know, more powder products. This Milani blush actually fits really well in this compartment, and Milani blushes are really thick, so you ought to be able to fit something really wide there. But again, it wouldn't fit in either one of these because they're a little bit smaller. At the front you have 3 spaces for lipsticks. It's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches deep, so it's pretty much perfect for lipstick. If you were trying to put something that's a little bit taller, like a lip gloss, it would be really high and kind of hard to see everything in the back. And then back here is another deeper section. You have 6 of these as well, and they're about the right height for a lip gloss because you can see that it goes down a little bit lower than it would if it was up here, so that it doesn't obstruct your view of the things that are behind it as much. And then these back here are much deeper. They would be great for things like pencils, like you see right here, and mascaras, even makeup brushes. If you wanted to fit makeup brushes back here, that would fit really well as well. So I'm just going to go around and tell you about what I have in each one so you can see what does fit and what doesn't fit. I think I have a lot of those kind of common things that people would own, so hopefully this will be kind of a good overview for you guys. I'll start with this front area because it's kind of random, but they're basically like little sample sizes. Then I have another Urban Decay Primer Potion up here, and you can comfortably fit 2 of the old packaging in here, and I'm pretty sure the new packaging would fit pretty well as well. And then I have the Maybelline Great Lash Clear Mascara that I use for my eyebrows, and you could also fit a couple of those comfortably in this section as well. And then back here, right behind it, I have my CoverGirl 24/7 mascara, which I don't love, but I own it, so I'm trying to use it up. And it fits in there with my NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk really comfortably. I think if you got like a normal size mascara, like something like the Great Lash, you could fit 2 of them in this back section, but with kind of the bigger ones like the 24/7, you would kind of have to have it share it with something smaller like Jumbo Pencil. Next side, I have my favorite lip butters right here, and then I have just 2 lip glosses. I have like my only NARS lip glosses right here, and I think you could fit 3 NARS lip glosses in these sections, but anything that's a little bit wider like these NYX lip glosses wouldn't really fit as well because they're a little bit wider, so you can really only fit 2 of them in those sections. And then along these 2 sides, I have my favorites from the Maybelline Vivids collection. I really love this collection. Obviously, I have my cooler tones right here, and then behind it I have some statement glosses. And then behind that I have my Physicians Formula Jumbo Mascara, which I love, but because it's so big, it does have to have its own compartment. Like, you can't fit anything else in there with this guy. Then on this side I have my warmer lipsticks, and then this palette, it's a little concealer palette by Graftobian. And then behind that I have the Physicians Formula Fake Out Mascara. Now you kind of get into the more random stuff over here, but this is one of my favorite nude lipsticks. It's Soft Nude by Revlon. This is Marshmallow Bunny by Too Faced. I wear this one a lot as well. It's really pretty. It's a nice, like, bright but natural looking color. And then Cotton Pink by L'Oreal, which is another fun one to wear. It is pretty bright. I usually play it down with a nude gloss, but it's fun. And then back here I have 3 different concealers, and they all fit really comfortably in there. So these like smaller tubes, you could definitely fit 3 of them in there. You might be able to fit 3 of the MAC lipsticks or lip glosses in here. I don't own any of them, but they seem like they're about this size, so you might be able to fit 3 of those back there. I'm testing out concealers right now, so don't judge me. I have a lot, but I've been testing out a lot because I'm trying to find the stuff that covers up my under eye bags the most. This side we have more randomosity. This really is just some more like my leftover random lipstick favorite. And then I have this Physicians Formula concealer. This is an Estee Lauder concealer, and then this one's another Revlon concealer. And then behind that I have all of my pencils. So I have 7 pencils that fit comfortably in here. One of them is one of these like felt tip liners, and so I think if I had like a normal pencil in there, I could probably get up to like 9, probably 10 pencils without it being like over crammed or anything like that. That's it for as far as what I have stored up here. Now if you want to, this little part up here does actually remove, but it's really heavy when it does because it has a ton of makeup in it, so just gonna warn you about that. But then inside you have another compartment in here. And I would use this if you had to take out any of the little partitions. Maybe you could put them in here to keep them safe. It is kind of a chore to take this little tray on and off. So personally, I wouldn't put anything in there that I wanted to get to really often. But, you know, if you wanted to, you could utilize that for more storage. So I'm sorry that turned into a little bit of like a mini makeup collection video. I didn't really mean for that to happen, so sorry. The first pro is that it is really easy to clean. It's really nicely designed with lots and lots of different sizes. It holds a ton of makeup and it makes it really easy to get to. And I think the price is really good. I mean, $30 is about what I would expect for something like this, something that's made well and sturdy. And you know, easy to clean and all of that. I think it's actually a really good price. I'm not really upset by that at all. And the only con is that not all makeup can fit on it, but I don't think that there is a way that you could design something where every single piece of makeup would fit. So, you know, it's just kind of like a give and take there. But I do want to make sure that I mention it to you guys that you might order this and have like 2 or 3 pieces of makeup that don't quite fit in here, and I don't want you to be surprised by that. Another pro is that it is actually quite small. It's only 10 by 11 inches, which means that you could probably find a place for it even if you have kind of a smaller space. And in the video on the QVC website, they actually showed that you could put it underneath your bathroom counter and bring it out every day when you want to use it. It does get heavy with all of the makeup in there, and I don't know if you would want to do that every day, but if you did, you could. But it is nice that it is a little bit smaller, so it's not like if you have a normal girl amount of makeup, you don't have to buy like a whole like drawer set for it. It kind of works a little bit better this way. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. You can hopefully tell from here whether this would be something that you would want to incorporate in your life. You know, just by seeing it in action, seeing what does fit and what doesn't fit. This is the kind of video that I really wanted to see before I bought it, so hopefully this is helpful to you guys. And just remember, I did buy this myself. This isn't sponsored. I wasn't given this for free or anything. I found it on the internet and it sounded like a good idea and I wanted to tell you guys about it. So I hope you guys like this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!